Hey everybody, good morning. Friday morning here in Tokyo, Mestre Sukuri. I just wanted to say hello, good morning, and put out what I want to do on a regular basis here on Friday mornings. It's called Philosophy Friday. On these videos, I hope to share with you guys experience, philosophy, lifestyle, and more in depth about how I react to life as a Mestre of Capoeira, and hopefully how these different things can also help to influence your life to be more positive and more successful as capoeiristas or in anything you do. Okay? So, if I had to think what keeps me going every day, or what's my personal philosophy as a Mestre of Capoeira, I would have to say, I think I have basically 11 points that I constantly think about to help keep me aware of what I'm doing and keep me going in a positive way, and I guess would be the basis of what I would call my own personal success as a Mestre of Capoeira, as an entrepreneur of Brazilian Live House, as a new and upcoming YouTuber, and in things that I do. Okay, number one, it's important to always remember yesterday was yesterday, today is today, and tomorrow is a new day. Never forget that with each new day, that you have a new chance to excel and to move forward in life. Yesterday is a day that's already done. You can't carry it forward. You can only take forward good aspects. And today is something you don't want to waste. Why? Because you don't know how many more you'll ever have. So live each day to the fullest and to the most productive. Number two, I always tell people, if we as a community of capoeira, or in, let's say, in my case here in Tokyo, as a community of Brazilian cultural artists, if we don't support each other, then nobody will. Who will? Right? I have a network from everything from importers of Brazilian linguiça, sausage, and feijão, beans, all the way to some of the most amazing Brazilian old school samba mestres in my network. It's always important to remember that we have to be there for each other. I'm not saying give everything. I'm saying understanding the value. For example, sometimes somebody will call me and say, hey, can you participate in my arts project? Be there. Sometimes they say, oh, hey, look, we're doing a charity event for our company. Could you possibly come and do a little bit of talk about capoeira? I'm there. Because at the same time, those people are there for me. So let's make sure to support each other. Number three, I'm responsible for all my mistakes. These are the lessons of experience, not failure. Think about that. Mistakes are the lessons of experience, not failure. Number four, something that I really believe, it is easier to be positive than it is to be negative. It took me a long time to remember that I have to be able to separate, that I too can also be tired, moody, but at the same time, it's a choice. If I'm conscious about what I'm doing, it's actually a lot easier to be positive than it is to be negative. So, number five, I will always appreciate what I have and strive to reach new goals. I will always appreciate those who support me and return the love and support in kind. This goes back a little bit to number two, but for me, it's important to do what I do from the kindness of my heart, from the good feelings I have, right? You can't do everything, so it's important to give all your love and all your support when you can do something, right? Don't say I'm going to do something and then later be like, oh, it's too much trouble. No, you got to be positive and you got to stick to what you're doing, to what you've agreed to do. Number six is in the middle because I have to remember that not everything is just easy. And a lot of times in life, we come into relationships and we don't want to offend other people. We don't want to say, oh, I don't want to say that because people are going to take it this way. Look, Unfortunately, integrity is not easy, but someone has to do it. I'm not saying I am the moral beacon. I'm not saying that I know everything. I'm saying at my point in life right now, I kind of know, I know what's right and wrong for me. And sometimes it offends people, sometimes it makes people feel better, but I have to stick with what I believe in. Why? Because when I don't, that affects me in a negative way. And I can only be responsible for how I interact with other people. So integrity is not easy, but someone has to do it. Number 7, don't waste time on people who choose not to change. Give time to those who won't waste it. Never waste my own time. Improve and create. There are only 24 hours in a day. Fill those. Every second is precious. Fill it with positive energy. Fill it with improvement, self-education, constantly moving forward. I'm not saying you can't take a break. Hey, I always sit down and have a cup of coffee and, I'll sit down and have a beer. I love hanging out with Mestre and we can spend hours, talking with students and, about different parts of life. But don't waste it. Be productive. Don't sit there and be careful of associating with people who just want to complain and just want to waste time. Your time is valuable. My time is precious. I value that. Okay? Number 8, always be happy for the success of others and have empathy in hardship. Remember that everybody has ups and downs, and that for right now, the restaurant, the Capoeira Academy, but I gotta feel happy that things are going well. And I have a friend who's running a Latin restaurant just down the street, and I'm constantly happy when I walk in there or when he emails me, and he's, I'm full right now, I'm busy. Fantastic! I'm happy for his success. Be happy for the success of others. If you don't agree with how they got it, that's integrity. Don't say anything. But rejoice in your friends and and the success of others. That's who I am as a person. And when people are not doing well, remember to have empathy. It's hard. No one's perfect. No one has a perfect lifestyle. So when things are hard, don't forget to feel for other people. This is important. Don't be selfish. Number 9 is something that I constantly refer to myself every morning when I look in the mirror. I think to myself, I have to lead by example. How am I going to present myself today? Aware that choosing what I am as a Mestre of Capoeira, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, people are looking at me. So I need to be aware of how I'm interacting, not superficially, but how I'm presenting and leading so others can see. Number 10, I chose this life. I choose to be a good mestre and a capoeirista. I choose to be the person I am and how I interact with others. I'm aware. It's my responsibility. This keeps me constantly moving forward, constantly, because I cannot blame anybody for anything. Number 11, if life gives me a rasteira, if life gives me a takedown, I will always get back up in Ginga. I will always get my groove back. People are always, commenting how I'm always smiling, how I'm always positive. Unless it's something more profound and philosophical, I tend to be very academic and intellectual because that's just the way I am. But basically in life, it's easy to smile, get up in Ginga. We are incredibly blessed as mankind, womankind, as humankind, to have music, to be able to communicate, to be able to pass good energy back and forth to each other. And don't forget that. If life gives you rasteiras, get back up in Ginga. I'll put these down in the link below. Don't forget, we're trying to grow the channel. Subscribe, like, and share. Also, I'm going to share a link of a YouTube site by Mestre Pulmão, somebody I don't know personally, but I've been following for a while. He does a lot of commentary on the state of Brazilian capoeira and how it affects generally in the Brazilian community. Fantastic points. And he puts himself out there. Hey, on these type of philosophy things, I'm going to put comments. Feel free to comment. I hope we can keep it positive, right? I know people troll and everything, but I hope we can keep this as a positive forum. Guys, I'm just getting too old to be bickering with people. So I'll put the link for Mestre Pulmão and take a look if you want to practice your Portuguese or if you speak Portuguese. Fantastic commentary by Mestre Pulmão. Also, I'll put the link of the restaurant that I'm talking about today. So if you're in Tokyo, go to Shango Restaurant. It's just down the street from my academia. Hariam is an amazing Cuban who's been living in Japan for a little bit longer than me, and great food. Lots of love, lots of ashe, lots of peace, and lots of capoeira. Mestre Sucuri.